You're watching Rain Knight Gaming. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Rain Knight Gaming. I am Rain Knight, and today we are going to be answering the question, should you buy this Blue Eyes White Destiny structure deck? And if you are buying this, don't forget, always buy 3. That's the way you get all of the play sets of all the cards in it. And I will say, this is kind of an obvious pick because this thing is crazy. One of the best structure decks to ever be released. Not just because of how good the cards are in it, not just because of all the hand traps, but because of these little thingies. You get extra cards in here, extra rarity bumps. And just for your note, if you do pull one of the quarter century ones, the Maiden is $100, and I think the other ones are like 80 and 60. So pretty good payday if you get those. What you're going to get in this deck. This deck is hella awesome. I've been playing it a little bit, for a little bit now since I got my hands on the cards. It can be kind of hard to find just because, scalpers are out there, but also because, and I found this out on a comment I made on Ruggles' channel, is he's been hearing a lot of people are coming back to the game because of the Blue Eyes structure deck and all the fun you get out of it. And, old memories from when you were a little bitty kitty. So looking at this first deck, we'll open this one up, then we'll open the other ones up. And then we're going to put a deck together so you guys can see a decent build that I've kind of looked into. And this will be an okay build to start going to locals to, and you can actually pick up games. If you want to get some different builds, obviously Ruggles is doing stuff. Sam is always doing stuff, and all kinds of pros are putting out videos to get the best build you can possibly get out of this deck. So that's it for this one. Let's bust open the rest of them here, and we're going to just kind of see what we can build. This deck has a great engine and great staples, and I mean, it's been talked about. The hand traps. This thing comes with 4 hand traps, and not crappy hand traps, good hand traps, and Effect Veiler in it is searchable in the archetype, which is pretty crazy that you're able to do that kind of stuff. So sorting out a lot of the chaff, older cards you don't need. There are a lot of things in here that aren't very good, but this is kind of build I'm thinking will get you going right away. So you're going to need 3 of the Blue Eyes White Dragon. It's kind of your core to your whole strategy. We do play the trap that the more of those are on the field or in your graveyard, you get more effects. White Maiden, this is a 1-card starter. Lets you search out anything and everything you're going to need to really get your combo going. Got to play that at 3. And we're playing 3 of the Sage Eyes of Blue. This deck has, I think, 9 or more, maybe a 12 1-card starters or like 1.2 card starters. So as you can see, it's like we're just going to max out a lot of these. Of D is another good card. This is one that as you start replacing things in the deck with other things you buy, that can be one that you're going to kind of take out. Neo Kaiser Seahorse. This is a retool of an older card. Also another 1-card starter. I've seen this played at 2. I've seen this played at 3. So it's, something you could have one taken out. The Master of Eyes of Blue, another one that you can kind of rotate out, but works still. And then we got a lot more one-ofs. We got the Spirit of White, and of course we had Jet, which are all super good cards. Abyss Dragon is one I've never actually gone into, so that's another one that could come out when you start replacing stuff. We are playing the Chaos Max engine just because it's a good boss monster. But that's another one that, again, as you start building this out with other kind of engines in there, that's when you'll eventually take out. Into the hand traps, we are playing a crap load of hand traps. We're playing Effect Veiler at 3 because this is searchable, and it's just a really good card. Ash Blossom, of course, playing that at 3. It's just one of the best staple hand traps, and it's kind of crazy that you're just getting all of these from structure decks. Insane. Speaking of insane, Nibiru. We are only playing 2. You can play this 3 if you want to. I tend to always brick on multiple Nibirus. I don't know. It's just me. 3 Infinite Impermanence. Another amazing hand trap and just trap. And you can also get this recycled with your Tyrant Dragon. So it has more working in the archetype, which is pretty darn cool. The spells Wishes for Blue Eyes or Eyes of Blue. This is kind of a two-parter. It lets you do something, and then when it's in the graveyard, it lets you do another thing. Lets you get into your fusions. Roar, it's another one, lets you summon out a Blue Eyes, which is going to be really cool, and you only really need 2 of those. Then one of the Mausoleum of White, that's your field spell. You only really need 1. 1 of the Chaos Form. Again, that's the thing you'll take out if you stop playing the Max Dragon. 1 Ultimate Fusion. It's another one you can take out eventually. Called by the Grave. Great card. You're probably going to keep that in there. True Light is your bread and butter. You play 1 because you can recycle it, but you could play 2 if you really want to. Majesty of White Dragons. This one we play at 1. You could build that out a little bit more if you wanted to, if you were playing a more trap-focused version of the deck. So that's your main deck. I think we're at 42. You can get down to 40 pretty easy if you wanted to. Extra deck, Spirit Eyes of Blue. It's a great Link 1. As you know, Link 1s are usually pretty darn good, and this one is awesome. We get spheres in this deck, which is crazy. I'm just playing 1, but you could play that at 2. Indigo, it's a pretty cool card. It's more of a finisher, helps negate boards. Not something you definitely have to go into. Blue Eyes Ultimate Spirit Dragon, great negate, easy to get into in the deck. Really awesome card. I'm going to play that at 2. And then our Blue Eyes Spirit Dragon are played at 3 because this is going to come kind of in and out a lot. So you could want to max that out. 1 Azure Eyes, that's kind of just more protection. So you really only need 1 of those. Get these piles straight. Then our fusions, we're going to go with Neo Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon. This is kind of just a version to get into your Tyrant Dragon, which Tyrant Dragon is just amazing finisher because he can attack every monster on the board, and he is a beefy boy. So that is the deck right there. It's really pretty not a hard deck to play. It's pretty easy, and it's a lot of fun. You're definitely going to want to buy some more cards to kind of fill this out as you get used to playing the cards. So, hop on Nexus, learn the deck, then you can start to get into things. And my question is, should you buy this deck?
Hell yeah!
Yes, you should definitely buy this deck. And here are some things you could buy along with it if you want to. First up, Buy Steel package. Right now, things are really pricey because they work in the deck. Buy Steel is probably one of the... It fits good with a lot of different builds just because of all like the recursion from Banish, and Magnamut will allow you to search dragons, which you play a lot of freaking dragons. Magnamut is actually not very expensive, so you could get him pretty easy. Buy Steels, the other ones they can get up there. So, purchase what you can afford. And if you're just taking this to, your normal every week tournaments, Buy Steels are probably something you have. You can throw in there, and then you've got your more expensive things that we can throw in there once we're done talking about all the different Buy Steels. But all the Buy Steels, I usually just play one-ofs in your deck, so you just kind of have a little section of Buy Steels. You could fill it out more if you wanted to. And then if you want to spend the big money, you've got the Primite stuff, which is... It's expensive, and it's just getting more expensive. You think this guy's expensive? The spell card's worse. Because, yeah, it's like $80. It does look like it's trending down, but I don't see this dropping way under 60. It's probably going to stay around the 60 mark. And then it's even, around 14. It'll come down a little bit, but that's still going to probably be, a couple buck card eventually. It does look like you can get that like in the couple buck cards. You got to watch that direct price. That thing can throw you sometimes, so watch out. Don't just buy from direct, buy from the other sellers. You're going to save a little money. Lightstorm is a nice little cheap card to use. Crimson Dragon, it's not very cheap. It's pretty expensive. But there are some builds where it can let you just go off. I mean, I've seen some builds with this deck that just build huge boards. Then we've got the Alistair engine, the Invoker engine. It's a little pricey right now, but mostly just because everyone's buying it. So I would say hold off if you do want to go for the Invoker stuff and you don't already have it. Just wait another week. I feel like the Invoker stuff is kind of trendy right now and it's going to come down. Because obviously Meltdown's really cheap, and the Fusion's really cheap. Alistair is the only thing that's kind of expensive. If you've been playing this game for any amount of time, you probably have Alistair in your bulk somewhere, so maybe dig for that. Invocation, also very inexpensive because there's been several reprints of this. It's a fairly old card. So again, don't pay out the butt for any of this stuff. And then, your Mechaba is the fusion that you can get into really easy. It's why people are playing that, because it gets you another negate, which can be pretty nice. So the Invoker stuff works out pretty darn good. A couple other big cards some people have been using. Cosmic Blazar Dragon, or however you say that, is pretty cheap in some places, and then it's obviously a couple bucks now. So yeah, there's another one. Don't look at that direct price. That's 40 bucks. Also, don't buy the Korean cards. You can't use those in your decks. So watch out for that. Stardust Cipher something. This one's expensive, but if you can make it and you know how to use it, maybe if you have some extra money. Then we've got the Light Charmer. She's really cheap and she can be good to pop in your deck as well. So that's it, guys. Let me know in the comments down below if you like this video. If you want to see the version of the deck that I'm playing and would like to see some, test hands or just some matches on Nexus or something like that, let me know in the comments down below. Okay, guys, that's it for me today. I'm Rain Knight. This has been Rain Knight Gaming, and I'll see you in the next one. See ya.